Hmm. Welcome, Aquarius. This is Kat's Real Life Mystic Tarot. I'm here for your October 2019 reading. I'm a little late, but I'm still here. Anyways, I was meditating on your energy, and I had a vision of being on kind of a dusty road and the feeling of Santa Ana winds. I don't know if you've ever experienced Santa Ana winds, but they're kind of a dry wind out of the desert that comes into California or that region. And it has this sort of otherworldly feeling to it, very sort of mystical in a way. A lot of times they bring like fires and stuff because it's such a dry wind, but it's a very sort of magical feeling. So, anyways, you're on this road, Santa Ana winds, and you're walking, and you come upon a like a fence post right in the middle of the road. And this fence post is not the normal size. It's the normal shape, but it's very, very, very tall, like 25 feet or something like that. And still, but the shape of a fence post, kind of square with a point at the top. And it delays your journey, and especially if you were driving, you would be delayed in terms of trying to get past the fence post. And I feel like Aquarius energy for the past couple months has been delays in moving forward, delays in hearing information, delays in communications in terms of your desires. You feel thwarted all the time, and I, um, I, because it was such a tall fence post, and because it was pointing straight up into the sky, which is where we tend to think that our God or spirit or whoever comes from, that it wants you to connect with your spirituality, and you can't go any further without taking this pause to connect with your spirituality. So that's the meditation I got for you. And then I drew a card and I got Judgment, which kind of goes along with that as well. It's an awakening, awakening to your calling in life. You are being called upon by spirit or spiritual, whatever your spiritual beliefs are. So, anyways, that's the card, and this is for October. So, I expect things to start to come to fruition in October. I also expect that there are situations, if you don't get into your spirituality, there will be situations that will cause you to. So I would suggest like starting to take a quiet time, take a walk, do anything like that to connect and to let, if there's messages that need to come through, to let them come through. Today, for the reading, I selected some very golden cards, some gilded cards. I have the Klimt Tarot here. And also I had dug out of my old box this Egyptian tarot, which I haven't used in a long time, but let's see. And interestingly, High Priestess at the bottom. What was at the bottom of this one? Two of Peace. Two of Swords. So taking time to relax and connect with your intuition is clearly the theme right now. So let's get started. I'm going to start with Egyptian. We'll just see what we get here. And I've already shuffled the decks, so I'm just going to charge it up. Wow, some very interesting um, things are coming up for you. The major arcana is where I usually go to, and I have to say, in your second house of values, there's going to be a big change in what you value. Um, the fourth house in your home, we have the Death card in reverse. Um, and in the ninth house, which is higher learning, religion, you have, again, Judgment in reverse. And also in the 11th house of social groups, you have the Temperance card, 14. So there's a lot going on. We have a lot to dig into today. So let's see. So I think October is going to be where You're going to find out why there's been delays and what direction you're being asked to take in life. I feel like Aquarius, finally you're going to get some answers. Finally get some answers. Wow, okay. We have a lot to talk about. Okay, Aquarius, I'm just going to go ahead and start with when you had the Tower card. So let's go there, because that's always, we've had a lot of Tower cards in the past few months, I think, for Aquarius. What I'm finding here is the Tower and the Sun. So this tower looks to me like it's going to be a good tower. Something very quick, surprising. I think that you are going to either have a relationship or have a dream job where you finally feel like this is your fit. See how these two people are together and fitting right into each other. Because it's in the second house, I'm not going to say for certain this is a relationship. I'm not even getting that that's what it is, but I think you're going to find out what your true value, and this goes along with your awakening, I think, what you truly value in life. There's some kind of puzzle piece that's going to fit in for you, and you are going to find out where you belong, finally, where you belong. And let me just get a card since we're on it. What is this concerning? What is this concerning in the second house of values, where Aquarius is finally going to have this sudden realization of where they belong? Fear. I'm getting that if there was something that you did fear, you're going to face it head on and release it. You're going to release your fears by going into something versus running from it. You're going to go into it. Your fear of not fitting in into any social group is going to be released. You're going to face you're going to face fitting in. I think that's what's the thing. You're going to face a fear because you find your home spot, and that's going to cause fear for you because you've never felt it before. So something like that is happening, and also your focus. So you're going to find your focus. You're going to face some fears, but it's really, I mean, it's the Sun card. So you're going to have such a clear view, maybe that you might even be afraid, is this really real? And can I really do this? And, you know, what is going to happen here? But it's fine. It's the Sun card. It's where you belong. You've been awakened. This is what you're asking, you know, you're being asked to do. So, and that can be scary in a way for you, but I think it's going to be a beautiful thing. And something very interesting. Okay, so let's go on. Let me get your other cards. There was another awakening card, and I kind of wanted to go to that. I think this is it. Okay, so in your 9th house, so there might be, I believe there's going to be some training involved in this situation, this new place where you're going to fit in. There's going to be some training. And I'm getting that because it's the 9th house of higher learning. Could be religion or spiritual training. But you're not fully in the awakening state. There's going to be a process to getting to the awakening state. And as you will know that you're making progress, because you will start to feel this release of happiness and joy that maybe you haven't felt in a long time. So you're going to go through a process of learning. And it's gonna, I mean, you're gonna know what I'm talking about sometime in this month of learning a new skill, a new way of being, a new awakening. It could be in any I kind of want to say it's sort of a career, but it could be a hobby or something you do on the side. Let me ask one card for a little bit more about this awakening. I'm going to use this deck again. Actually, I'm going to use a different deck and see if it gives me. So again, about this awakening that Aquarius is going through starting in October. Tell me anything. It seems like it's going to be sudden. It's going to be a good move. A sun card we got, but what is it? Wow. And I got another tower card. This is the Shattered Citadel. It's going to be very sudden. Something very sudden is going to happen. And okay, and then I got the Venus card. So the Venus card to me really looks like something involved in beauty, but also involved in like a relationship or maybe, you know, heart-based. Okay, so we'll get back to that after the relationship thing, but there is something that's it's going to steal your heart. It's going to be a very sudden thing, as we've got two towers in this area. It's the ninth house and the second house. It has to do with your values, and it has to do with you're going to do some other training or learning in order to move forward with this thing. Since I'm still thinking it's career-based. Okay, so in this deck, or in this position, 10th house, that's your career aspirations, your reputation, how you're seen in the world. We initially got the Seven of Swords, and that is someone, usually it's someone sneaky or someone that steals. Now, whether that's you or possibly someone that you're around. You may be in a business that's a little bit unethical at times. There might be something unethical in the business you're involved in at this time. And there is the Death card in reverse. So you're needing to change, to make a change. And the change is not coming suddenly or quickly. The change is coming in a slower way. But you are going to make a change in your profession. In your profession. Let me go to your 6th house. See if we can get more on that. Knave of Wands. Okay, so Knave of Wands in reverse and 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so you are waiting on a message, and you're waiting. This is your daily house of daily work, and you're waiting on a message somehow connected with your daily work. And I feel that you know that this is a message where you will be moving on from the job that you're at. And the 7 of Swords, or the 9 of Swords in reverse, means that the nightmare is over for you, that you're starting to feel more confident and relaxed and not worrying about your present position at this particular place. But there is a message that you're waiting on, and that's why this Death card, the change is not happening quickly. The 7 of Swords, I mean, maybe you're in a business that you think is unethical, that you just can't, I mean, value-wise, you can't connect with. It isn't really, inspiring your full soul commitment, and you're having an awakening to something that you inspire to that can do a little more good in the world. I mean, I don't think you're all about just getting all the bucks. I mean, we all want the bucks, and we want, but I feel like there's a passion. Okay, so we have Major Arcana here in your social groups. Let's talk about your social groups, because that can be kind of related to things we're talking about. We have the 6 of Wands. So in your social groups, you are seen as someone, and you have the Temperance card, that's what came up first, that has taken a hard road in order to become a victor. You have gone through all the tough schooling, if you had to do an internship, if you had to change the way you handle people, change so many things about how your maturity level and how you handle criticism, how you've improved yourself. You've gone through the ringer and you've been able to perform, because this is in the upright 14 temperance, and you're a victor now and you're seen as a victor. So the doors are opening for you. And you're finding that you're in a place, you're in a job or something that you just don't agree with. And there's a slow going situation where you're waiting for a message so that you can move on. So you're waiting for a message to move on. And somewhere in that, I do believe there's the awakening and the tower moment. But let's look at your relationship situation and see if that is also involved. And here I have the Magician and I have the Eight of Swords. We've had a lot of Eight of Swords for Aquarius lately, and the Eight of Swords is about messages that have, instead of letting them roll off of you like water off a duck's back, you've internalized negative messages that people have given you over the years to control you. And so you have internalized messages that are stopping you, or you're allowing to stop you from moving forward, from being all that you could be. I feel like the Tower is impacting that as well. The two Tower cards, your values and in your higher education, will release some of this. And this is showing that there could be also someone, it could be you, in your creativity that's helping you to release this Eight of Swords energy, magically change it, because this is the Magician who has the tools to do anything that needs to happen. And that Eight of Swords has been hounding Aquarius for months and months now. There is a magical change. Now, it has something to do with creativity or a relationship. Someone may come along that actually is the Magician energy that can help you see who you really are, especially now after you've made all these changes. So I'm going with, there is someone that's going to help you to see yourself for who you really are, and you'll finally be able to let go of this Eight of Swords. And now the Eight of Swords has served you. It has served you. It has protected you. It's kept you from taking chances and risks in the past. It has helped you with any ego, like excessive ego. You certainly haven't had that. You've been, but now your ego is below where it should be, in a sense. Like, you need to see yourself who you are really in the world now. And I think that's the process that you're going through, is to see who you really are. You've done the work. You've done spiritual work. You've done educational work. You've done relationship work, emotional work. I mean, and somebody's going to be a catalyst, because that's a Magician. They're going to give you that. Let's go to your 7th house of committed relationships. And I have the Five of Wands and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, so you have some negative emotions, a little bit about committing, and something about competition. So there may have been situations where you were cheated on in the past, and you have some negativity that needs to be let go of, or you need to find the right person in order to have a relationship with the Queen of Cups in the upright. Basically, you're still holding back because you do not trust. You feel that there's a lot of competition, and that you're not having the one-to-one relationship. That's the one that you want to commit to. You don't trust a partner. In a long time, you haven't trusted a partner to be one-to-one with you. So in terms of that, there's going to be no commitment for Aquarius until you find the right person, or you are able to do some healing on that level. And to be fully engaged in a Queen of Cups way, the full heart engaged in the relationship, versus a partial kind of skeptical heart that may even drive the person out, to another. So there's work to be done in terms of commitment. But Aquarius, we're not really known for committing, but there's work to be done if you do want a stable, committed relationship. In the 8th house of deep psychological, we have the, what is this? 11, strength. Okay. So, something very deep is going to happen soon, quickly. It's going to come upon you quickly that requires your strength. You may be caught a little bit off guard. And I mean, everything in this reading has said you're going to be caught off guard. There's 2 towers. There's something that's going to happen, and you're going to develop a new strength in some area. Yeah, some event. So what is the event? Let's get a card on that. What is the type of event that's going to happen to Aquarius on somewhat of a deep level in the 8th house that's going to cause Aquarius to summon more strength than they had in the past, to learn more about themselves, to gain confidence in their own strength to handle things? Okay, so regeneration and change. I'm not certain if there might be, there could possibly, and this isn't for everybody, but there could be a death somewhere around you, in the family, in your neighborhood, something that's shocking or surprising. There could be. And it's going to surprise you, and it's going to cause you to do some deep thinking and some work emotionally, and develop maybe develop the strength that you're looking for. So we have regeneration and change. Anything else we want to tell Aquarius about this situation? Anything else Aquarius needs to know? And you're going to develop your faith. So that's where the strength's going to come to. Like I was saying earlier, you are required to become spiritual during this time. You won't be able to go forward unless you take a pause to contact your spirituality. And this might come as a catalyst, might be the passing away of somebody close, maybe close to you. I did have the death card in the 4th house in reverse. So somebody maybe in your family or distant family might be going through something, and this is going to cause you to recontact your faith. And this is the strength that will be called upon. I mean, the strength card that you'll develop from having this faith built up from this situation. In your mind, Aquarius, just real quickly, since we were on psychological, 10 of Wands in reverse and 4 of Pentacles. So savings and burden, releasing some burden of having to save, or feeling like you need to save money. So you're either releasing a burden about money. I didn't want to say this, but maybe there's an inheritance or something, or money coming your way. But alternatively, if there is not, there is a releasing of a burden about money. So you may not feel like this is your goal in life. And we did have big changes in your values. So a releasing of a burden about money. Now I'm going to go to your 12th house. I think this is the last house. This is something that's happening that you're not really aware of, that's going on underneath the surface. And we have the Knight of Wands, and this is the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there is a Knight of Wands in your world that is wanting to continue towards you. If you've had a relationship with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they might be coming back, but not everything is exactly on the up and up. There's an Ace of Cups in reverse here. I don't think, I think that their intentions are more of a selfish type. It's saying, like, because it's Knight of Wands, this is a quick, like, something that's coming through quickly. And it's not saying that this is never going to work out, but at this moment, this interaction probably is something you want to be warned that it's not It's a selfish energy. So just beware that there's someone coming romantically towards you. Okay, Aquarius, I hope that helped. And let me get you a card. Let's see what's happening in the Enchanted Map. These cards I'm not super familiar with, so I might have to pull out the book and read. But let's see. Just something for Aquarius for October. Where are they at? There's quite a lot going on. All these towers that are happening in kind of strange houses. Your second house and your ninth house. Second house of values, ninth house of learning, higher learning, religion. Interesting energies happening. The awakening for Aquarius. What is happening there? Wow. Okay, this says it all. Coming to life. That's an awakening. Coming to life. That's Aquarius right now. Let me quickly, I'll just read that for you because that could be quite interesting for us. And 29, master number, 9 and 2 is 11. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. Thanks, Aquarius. I hope you like your reading. Please comment, like, share. Take care. See you next month.